curved daggers. Um, they kind of look cultishy, robed with hoods. Um, are they slight in build? Can I tell that in the like?
It's a little hard with the darkness and the with like the darkness and the robes. It's a little bit hard, but they don't seem like particularly large individuals.
I'll just convey that they're not giant hulking beast shaped people. They're just humanoid shaped.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
do you want us to try to incapacitate two? And you guys can run up. There seems to be one leader that was kind of running point.
if you can take out any of these people, go ahead. But this was for information. Keep that in mind.
Incapacitate, not kill.
Sure.
I'm telling that to Emmy.
While all this is going on, and Jesse has alerted me that there are three up ahead and pointed in the direction where they are,
Yes.
Glimwell will walk up and call out to them and say, I know you're there. Perhaps we could simply parley instead of coming to arms, which would probably be not best for either of our parties.
Watching their reactions to see if they try to slink back or run or.
There's a kind of general confusion out throughout them, being like they're considering where the voice is coming from, and they're just really kind of confused and being like,
they don't see the torch.
Sure, they do see it like a distance away, but like the rogues are a good probably 60 feet ahead of you. So like these guys are like, we were hidden in the darkness. What? Like, so they're like,
I'll wave the torch and I'll be like just wave it.
They kind of like fall back, but to sort of all convene and like try and figure out.
I will also convey that to Jesse.
Yeah, it's like
we'll convey the reaction.
And it's being like, is the message you get. Jesse rapidly becoming far less concerned about what's happening. Roll me some. Do you want to overhear what they're saying, or?
Yeah, I will ask Emmy, like, do you want to try to move in closer to listen?
Yeah, because they have their backs now to the road.
Is this a perception still?
Well, yeah, there's that.
I'm adding my last 4.
Okay, to get it to 11? How close do you want to get?
I'm gonna say, I don't know how close we can get. Do you want us to be able? How close do you feel we should get to them?
How close do you want to get? This is on
I rolled
you.
a nat 20. I'm getting as close as I am.
Are you getting within 10 feet?
Yes. Depending on where they're standing. I mean, if they're standing in the middle of a patch of 10 feet that has no brush or anything, no. But if they're all like up against trees and stuff, yes, I will.
As close as she needs to get to hear what they're saying.
By nat 20,
I'm saying that's not a clean cut sort of decision that's happening there. So 11. I'm saying if you move within 10 feet to these individuals, you're going to be able to pick up some of the conversation.
Are they all they're grouped together, right?
They're all grouped together.
If only you were a half and you could hide in their group.
I was literally thinking that, like, can I just stand behind the two that are facing the other one without the other noticing?
Until they turn around and be like, hey, there's a bird here. Like,
Bird God's disengaged.
yeah, sure.
I'm gonna get that 10 feet to try to get over here.
Okay.
I'm gonna give about like 5 minutes for a response before I start walking
Okay.
forward.
All right. All right. So you over here, it's like there's we didn't want to. We only came here to get what she asked for, and that was it. There was no need for any of this. It's like we've been getting hounded by people. These people right here probably hired specifically to take us out. They know. It's like there's another calmer voice. It's like they don't know anything. She always disappears. She always comes back. They don't know yet.
I convey all of this to Emmy and
And he goes, so let's talk.
I also convey that to make sure Jesse tells Glenwell, because I could hear him yelling about talking.
And the other two is like, all right, you're the one doing the talking, then we're staying back.
And then I immediately speak up. Well, I think we have a guess, but we're definitely not here to kill you. From 10 feet away.
Advantage blown.
They
There's
draw
two
they draw
other
daggers.
I'll just stand there. Like, I raise my hands up because obviously I don't actually have weapons.
Okay. Roll me a will save. A wisdom save.
And also, Emmy could have heard the wisdom save.
Wait, do I roll wisdom save
No.
as well?
No, you're
You
not.
you haven't talked to them. You suddenly feel an entire stiffness go over your whole body as you cannot utter a noise or move. As the one with the harshest voice goes, like puts out a hand quickly and just kind of like towards you. And
I move my eyes. Like, does this shift my eyes? Like,
yeah,
just
you
to
can
look
move your eyes around and stuff like that.
I verbally tell Emmy that I'm like mentally. I'm like, I'm frozen. By the way.
And another one goes, "We have your spy! Come out! Come out with weapons!"
I'm holding a torch. What do you mean come out? I'm right here.
We have one of yours! Come out to the path ahead of you! No weapons drawn! We'll have your parlay!
I could be a parlay token.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll sheath my hatchet.
So the other one comes right beside Ashy with, like, dagger drawn. And it's just, like...
I just have like this look on my face of like, like the eye expressions are trying to talk so much of like, you could have just talked. It's not like I'm killing you yet.
How many of them are there? Just the two?
3.
It's free.
Okay.
We double their numbers and
And
Yeah, I'll walk out.
okay.
I'm just chilling with my hands up.
As
I'm-
because Jesse's coming ahead of you and just kind of like backs up and puts the sword away too, and is just like,
Does she walk to the road? Does she hide?
no, she basically is like, I don't want to be the reason why someone dies the first time we go out on a thing, so just kind of like shoulders up beside you into like the torchlight and being like,
I Just
Like,
my
no,
ring
just
to
wait.
bring me back once.
Oh, fuck you, stupid ring.
Like,
I could do some shit with that.
see, Lucy, do they see me?
No, you're
No, you
su-
and Emmy
you're
are
super
still like
stealth.
ghosts.
You both are supremely stealthed.
You don't hear the mental conversation, but you would have heard the conveyed whatever Jesse.
So yeah, all
Yeah.
you're hearing is what's being yelled between Glim and these individuals.
And I would see Glim and Jesse sheath their weapons and start walking towards them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you would hear the conversation too. You would hear
And it
them
looks like
saying the parlay.
Ashy is like raving with her hands in her
No,
hands.
I'm not
Ashley
moving at all.
can't move. Like
No,
physically.
I mean,
frozen.
but she's like with her hands up.
Yeah, I
Uh,
have my hands up. Yeah.
yeah,
I have my
she's
hands
just
up, but I
frozen
didn't-
like that.
Yep.
And one of
Like
them
Han
has
Solo?
like a concentration sort of on
I
whatever's
think
doing that.
I'm the Han Solo statue.
Yeah, pretty much.
Are the I'm sorry, the three of them where like how are they standing? Where are they standing? And like
So there's one who has the spell that's kind of like moved to like a middle distance. There's another one that's moved to like right beside Ashy with dagger drawn, and there's another one who is standing a little ways like out. That seems to be the one that's gonna like that doesn't really have anything drawn.
Thank you.
So I assume you guys walk out onto the path.
Yeah.
I will not.
Well, yeah, I imagine.
Emmy's not that. Though.
So what is Emmy and Lucy doing?
I am going to try and get around. I'm imagining I was pretty close to where Ashy was. I'm going to try and circle around to be behind them.
Okay, sounds good.
With my back to a tree.
Cool.
Are you letting me know where you're at mentally? Since they didn't stop my mind.
Sure. Can you not see me from your angle? Probably not.
If you're behind me, then no, I'm frozen. Looking forward.
Then yeah, I'll let you know my position, I guess.
Cool. All right. So then, Glim and Jesse walk onto the path, and the calmer voiced one walks up and specifically and will say, Why are you here? Were you hired by the brewery?"
We are passing south. Heard some rumors. Thought we would look into it for ourselves before we made any. I'm brain farting on the word. Oh my gosh! When you offer
Termination
to do something
or
for someone.
taking on a job.
Yeah, we'll go with that. That's not what I'm thinking of, but that's the essence of what I'm trying to say. Yes.
It's like bounty hunting. I don't know.
Did you take that job then?
No, I told you. We thought we would look into it for ourselves before making any allegiances.
So what have you heard?
It's a girl. She disappeared. She disappears regularly, and normally she's back by now, and this time she's not. Also, they make a very good cinnamon apple juice. I heard that as well.
Well, that's a good tiding. We are simple folk that want to be left alone.
Gonna have to do more than that. They are offering money, so just do keep that in mind. Not that that sways me entirely, but some of the people I travel with might be swayed by coin.
That
Are
one
we swayed by
would get swayed
coin?
by coin.
They're pointing at me.
Yeah, kind of like gestures.
Can I roll my eyes? Like,
They point
Sure.
to her.
Yeah.
Wait.
Perhaps I don't know. You'd have to ask. Insight roll on their outfits. Do they remind me of the dragon cultists?
I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna let you do that. Where it's like, we're just simple worshippers out here, followers of the moon, nothing more. Cool. So yeah, you could roll. What? So it's like, so an insight check won't give you information about their robes. You will get an idea about how their general vibe is, and pretty much the idea that that you're getting across is that they don't want trouble, but they're willing to go there if need be. So and specifically they're feeling like they're in over their head regarding what they got themselves into.
Since you're not quite forthcoming with all the information, but I understand. You maybe have bitten off more than you can chew here. Perhaps you will simply answer me this. Will she return? And will she be in the same condition as she left? And when? If she will return, when will it be?
She came to us.
Okay, but still, is she going to leave you and come back? Again, think of it like this. It's a father looking for his daughter, right? If you had children, you'd probably be curious where they are.
We have no control over her actions.
No, I agree, but you most likely have spoken to her. Did she say she was going to return?
She has said some things of wanting to return.
Is she capable of returning, or is her worship to the moon, which I assume maybe she's part of your worship of the moon, preventing her from doing so?
It's nothing simple. Things are difficult now with that. She's come to the blessing of makes things.
Blessing of Is that what he said?
Yeah. Makes things difficult.
Do I know anything about the blessing of
Well, is one of the moons.
Gotcha. All right. So we're safely assuming that these are wolf people. Lycan people.
You're not certain, is the thing.
Okay. But that's what the party has surmised.
Yeah, that's the assumption that you're running on. But like your high insight check gives you the idea that these guys are like entirely in control of themselves. Like there's no hint of there being any sort of weirdness going on beyond what they're providing. So it's like we are the best caretakers for her at this point. She made a decision she cannot come back from.
Once whatever has happened or is happening happens, will she be able to return, or is there some sort of story we can give to her father to perhaps assuage any of his fears of what might have happened to her? Because clearly, he's thinking she's been kidnapped, murdered, something, which doesn't necessarily seem to be the case.
Would it be better that I bring you to that place?
To see her? You want to bring me to see her?
Yes.
Insight check. Is he being duplicitous? Does he want to bring me somewhere to kill me?
I mean, those aren't mutually exclusive. Like...
Is there ill intentions, or is he trying to like look at her best interest?
Yeah,
That's the check.
hit me with that.
7.
Do
You get
have
the
any
idea.
adversity tokens that you want to?
Nope, I do not.
You get the
This guy.
idea that like this guy, that following him here would provide you way more information about what's going on, but you're also not an idiot, and it's pretty safe to assume that there might be others there too.
Right.
So it's kind of a toss-up. You're not certain if he's directly
Yeah.
hostile towards you.
Gotcha. Right. I'm going to assume that the place where she's not alone. So perhaps there are more of your kind there. Which would mean that I'm showing a great deal of trust in what you're saying and in our decision and your decision to come and speak and to deal with this amicably by following you there.
Right.
I will go. I will offer to
No,
go.
you make a good point. Trust is required here.
Release her? Maybe something? She hasn't moved.
Release.
yeah.
Release them. And like the other one, just like... And goes, Weiston. And he's like, release her. And see the hand like closes like that, and there's like a kind of sparkling dust that kind of rises up off, as if like the spell was like crushed inside of his hand. And yeah, the effect disappears.
Wiggling my feathers and kind of doing like a bird fluff dance.
We'll go. Thank you. Again, trying to be amicable about this. I'll look for all parties. No
Can I
reason-
bluntly ask if you guys are werewolves?
Who are you asking specifically?
Just I literally am like looking into like all three of them. Like,
Okay, so the main one is the guy who has a dagger makes a quick motion, and then like the other one who just was like doing the spell kind of like grabs him and be like, don't we just lost that opportunity. Weiston's like, we are not werewolves.
so we just found this weird hair and we weren't sure
Oh,
what it was.
that we're aware of such
We're-
things.
We're a werewolf.
Yeah, no, I know that joke. I've watched Adventure Time.
My apologies, lycanthrope. That
We're not that
werewolves
either.
was meaning. Sorry, I did not mean to animal you. What I-
Ashley, I just bargained for your life. Shh. Just come over here. Shh. There's 3 of them there. They can still poke you. It's not
I-
upset, though.
I literally am just pretty casually standing here. I'm like I said, I came up here
Dude,
Two.
another hold person out of like nowhere and they stab you. That's a full crit. You're dead. I want to clarify this scenario to you.
Oh, is it for crit?
Like you are like when you're held person, that auto crits.
She's not hold. She's not.
No, I know,
Still,
but
he's
I'm also
telling him
saying
how
that you're being like,
dangerous.
you're not paying attention. That's an
Oh.
effect.
Oh,
I need
thought
to
this was
clarify.
I was like, holy shit! This
I-
is what-
I
He was
need
trying
to
tell you I'm actually
clarify
trouble.
that poking the people who had you in a lethal scenario is a way to go. That's a direction to take. So it's like
I walk over to Glenwell.
Is this
I
all?
appreciate what you're trying to do. Just
Is this
let me
all of
handle
your
it.
party?
Things happen. You poke. Okay. Yes, I believe so. And I'll look around and I'll say 1, 2, 3. There were 5 of us, 6 of us total. I believe 3 of us were left back at the tavern. Not the tavern, the meadery.
That'll require a deception check.
But I'm not deceiving them. 3 of them were left behind. Select your truth teller.
I'll give you advantage on the roll. Because that was clever.
Ooh, negatives, huh?
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Can I-
I'm like,
Can I take a different route with this? And I'd be like, are you assuming that I am a liar? I do not like to be called a liar, especially after offering my trust to you and try to intimidate them.
that wouldn't be an intimidate. That would be like a persuasion.
We're very
What if I reach for my sword while I say it?
serious.
I'm just kidding. I'll do
And
the
I thought me standing there and talking was
Yeah,
bad.
yeah. I know, I get you.
17.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
They look at you for a moment, being like, "Well, we wouldn't want more people to come along anyway, so let's do this quickly."
Obviously, I know you probably don't want to give me your real name. So,
My name
Monica,
is White.
I can call you
My name is Weiston. That idiot over there said my real name.
Weiston. Yes. Okay. Well, again, sign of trust. Glimwell. And then I will walk forward.
Actually,
I'm not going to talk to you, so I don't need to know your name. And turns around, and they all 3 of them, travel through the woods, and it's like a pretty good distance. They go off paths and into these sort of things and the woods gets like thicker and thicker to the point where you're having a hard time like seeing them kind of move through. And you come out to a clearing that has something very unexpected for you, where it's this pillar of stone kind of jutting out from a like what seems like just like a fault in the ground that's made of completely black stone that at the top of it in this kind of like mottled mass is what looks like a king sitting on a throne, like looking down. And there's like various moss that's kind of like covering the bottom of it, as if it's kind of been like overgrown, but like none actually touching the top side of this pillar. Behold, the king's pillar.
What is its significance?
Well, it is the king himself, looking down upon the world, as he does from the skies above.
I look up. Does it have any weird sort of celestial alignment with the moon that I know is Earth?
Roll me a nature check.
17.
You'd presume it's along that sort of path because there are like various sort of like natural sort of stuff that you've heard of regarding druids and like having these sort of special places and stuff like that. This is the first time you're obviously seeing one like this, and one that's so kind of otherworldly as such. So
I've heard of such places, druids in the northern wilds, but I've never been in one. I apologize if there are any customs that we do not know, and do something to offend, but it's not our intention.
do not do what she has done, and touch nor strike nor damage the pillar.
All right. Fairly noted. Has Lucy
assuming
and
they made
Emmy
the girl.
followed us?
I'm
Yeah.
assuming that Lucy and Emmy have followed behind you guys.
I still have the torch
Yeah.
going to be like a beacon for them specifically to follow.
Yeah, Jesse's specifically like
Freaked out.
incredibly tense. Like straight up, she's like got like a full like death grip on like the symbol at her side, being like, like none of this is good.
Would I, being wanting to be a druid, have knowledge of this thing and be like super excited now?
You spent most of your time regarding herbalism and natural, like, plants and animals and stuff, not about celestial alignments nor the moon. Most people realize, like, consider the moons as like, oh, they symbolize the seasons and there's some celebrations around them. These guys are fucking hardcore.
I really want to ask them about Carson if they know him,
Yeah,
but I also
yeah, these fucking moon cultists are like, oh yeah, we're in good with the traveling centaur guy. Absolutely.
really just want to. I didn't say I would. I just said I really just want
You're
to.
really trying to get killed here.
Is the black-haired girl there? Is somebody in the
You
center?
don't see anyone particularly at the circle currently. However, I'm gonna say you hear the sound of shattering wood off in the distance. And you see the cultist guys seem concerned.
Okay. So I'm sure you heard from my diminutive companion here.
No,
There was some assumptions of what we might find out here. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say she was tied to something and that just broke.
We need to go. And you hear howling out in the No, you don't hear howling. You
gonna say,
hear
You were werewolves.
you hear the guttural sound of a roaring bear.
Okay.
As out of the like as through the forest you hear and like crashing and thunder, and a fully transformed werebear bursts through the wood into the clearing. And we're gonna do that next session.
Oof.
Teddy! Yay! I love
Can we end it with something specific? since
Sure,
We're going
sure.
into combat? I look at Oyston and go, "Your people are not the only ones that can transform." And then I rage.
That's fucking
That's
metal.
And I grow the
Yeah, that's...
the tail. I think in this case.
nice.
Or I'll decide next week. We'll see.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah, we get the close in on like Glim's eyes changing to like draconic eyes. Yeah. That's sick as hell. All right.
It's
Cool.
gonna think like,
Uh,
oh, we left you back at the tavern to sleep, but
Yeah,
we're
Durst
having
is
a
like-
werebear
it's
fight.
I would imagine we could retcon that like Doris
Yeah.
came.
that
No, I
Durst
just,
had this dawning realization that it's like, oh, it's involving the moon cultists and like lycanthropes. Oh fuck. Yeah. We can say something is involved. Okay. Yeah, but
So
that'll
just
be
for the fact
for
he's like,
next
we're gonna
time.
be what?
Yeah,
We're having a werebear combat fight.
yeah. That'll be exciting.
We were wrong.